How you doing, buddy? You gotta have a rear reflector on your bike, my man, if you're gonna ride on the roadway.
A chance meeting between a police officer and a man on a bike leads to an arrest for a fugitive who's been on the lam for nearly 30 years.
I just can't let you go at this point till I verify who you are, so.
That's cool.
I lay out how a police officer in Iowa nabbed a man who's been convicted of rape and other charges who's been living in the woods.
What's crazy is 1990, that means you've been on the run longer than 2 out of the 3 officers here on the street that have been alive.
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. George Hartleroad was out on his bike in West Des Moines, Iowa, back on June 26th, and I doubt he expected a police officer to stop him. He was on his bike, and really, who gets stopped on a bike? Keep in mind, this police officer has absolutely no idea that he's dealing with a man who's been convicted of rape and other charges involving firearms and who's been hiding from law enforcement since 1995. Yes, 1995. That's a long time, nearly 30 years. But this police officer saw something that wasn't quite right and stopped Hartleroad, who gave a false name. Take a look.
How you doing, buddy? You gotta have a rear reflector on your bike, my man, if you're gonna ride on the roadway. So, what's up?
Oh, okay.
So, and then if you're gonna ride at night, you need a front light. I'm sure you know that, but you got an idea on you real quick, just so I can say I stopped to talk with you?
With me.
Okay. Can I get your,
Greg Stallings.
Greg Stallings is your name?
Gregory
Okay.
Stallings.
Gregory, Gregory.
Yeah.
And how do you spell Stallings?
Stallins.
S? What's your date of birth?
So you're not going to be able to hear the false date of birth and the false social security number because most police departments have rules about redacting that information. You heard that man on the bike give the name Gregory Stallings, though, so the officer went to run the name.
Bear with me, buddy. I'll get you out as fast as I can.
Park on suspicious activity. Or if you say the
new message.
sounds like they're just concerned about somebody impersonating security out there.
I think I wrote something down wrong. What's your full social?
The name Gregory Stallings doesn't really come back to anyone, and neither does the social security number.
Gregory, I'm still not getting that back. Are you sure that's right?
I've been a long time since I had to look.
Yeah.
The officer then asks someone at the dispatch center to run Greg Stallings' name. The officer explains why he's so concerned about Greg Stallings not having a reflector on his bike.
The reason why is because I hate if you're riding your bike and someone rear ends you.
Oh, yeah.
And then they can kind of point the blame because
the
the reflector.
Yeah.
And I hate that because it's like, no, it's just...
I understand that.
Copy. Can we try a soch? And I'm also with our traffic unit, so I do all our accident investigations.
Okay.
So whenever bikes are involved, it almost always is way worse than...
Yes, they usually hit you from behind.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
I just can't let you go at this point till I verify who you are, so...
That's cool.
Things get more interesting when Greg Stallings tells the officer where he lives.
Just going to Ivy.
There you go. What are you going to get today?
I get some cigarettes first and
Nice.
see if I maybe pick up a dog treat for my dog.
Oh, there we go. Where do you live at?
Down in the woods, way back over that way in Des Moines.
Nice. You like your spot back there? Or?
Oh, yeah, I've been there for a bit.
Yeah. Just enough to you're secluded a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
hopefully? Yeah.
Unless they come walking up the trail or whatever.
So the man who claims he's Greg Stallings admits he's homeless and doesn't have an ID, but the officer still gives it another try.
And have you ever had an Iowa driver's license before?
No, not here.
What was the driver's license you have had?
Good. Let's see. Florida, maybe. But I haven't had a driver's license in years. I haven't.
Copy. Can you try running him through Florida? What's your middle name?
W.
W?
W.
Middle initial
No.
W, as in William.
Middle of
How long you been living up here then?
91.
You haven't tried to get an ID card or anything yet?
No.
No?
Never had. No
I guess there's no reason to, yeah.
No reason. But I am not driving or anything.
Yeah, makes sense. You got big plans for the day?
No.
No?
Stay out of the heat. Glad it rained. It cooled down finally.
Yeah.
Instead of baking my ass off.
How was last night with the storm? Was it all right?
Oh yeah, the storms don't bother me.
No. They don't flood your tent or anything?
No.
That's good.
I'm on a little high piece of ground, so.
Yeah. Go ahead. Copy. All right, buddy. I need some way to verify it. So what state, do you know a state that you've had a DL out of? Because it's not Florida. You've never had a driver's license ever?
I'm trying to remember last one I had, dude. I got ran over. My brain ain't quite right.
It's okay. I need to verify before I can let you go in case.
Okay. I ain't never had a driver's license.
Okay.
A long time.
Do you got anything with your name on it? Do you have?
Nothing with me. I didn't bring nothing with me.
Okay, there's nothing in this little pack back here that we need to see.
Had just a chain with a.
Okay. Try to think for me. Where was the last place you had an ID then?
I know up here at Human Services, they know me.
Human Services know
Yeah,
you?
right here, West Des Moines. Yeah, I volunteer out there every morning putting stuff out. We can go right up there and you go over and talk to them.
I would just think of it, what state. I can get you through any state, even if it's really old. So
It's been.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah,
Just try to
long
think.
time.
Yeah, try to think for me.
Sorry, I can't help you, dude. I'm sorry.
Where else have you lived?
I lived here a long time.
Yeah.
I lived in Florida for a bit. I've lived literally a lot of different places. Washington, Oregon, California.
Eventually, the officer just gives up.
All right, buddy. I'm just going to take your word for it, okay?
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Yep.
Cool.
I don't shake hands. Sorry.
okay.
Yep, you're good. Drive safe.
But Gregory Stallings' encounter with police that day is far from over.
So what we're going to do for now while I keep investigating this is I'm going to take a picture of you and send it to our guy who has facial rec. So you pull your hat off and your glasses off. All right. All right. We just have a seat on the curb for me, buddy.
Yes, they're using facial recognition software to try to verify his identity.
I called Pop already too and verified with him on the way over if I found him that he's okay with doing it. He gave me a new date of birth, so I'm gonna try it, but it's only a couple days off, so I'd feel like Clear would have been able to pull that up.
Yeah, SOS is always the best for Clear too, is what I was told. I didn't know that.
I think it's probably nothing, but
You still gotta do your due diligence.
yeah. All right, I'll talk with him, see if he can possibly happen to remember a new DL or new SOCH or something. So, and both the SOCHs you gave me come back to other people. One of them's deceased, the other one's a lady, so I don't think either of those are you.
No.
Can you try to, I know you had that brain injury that we talked about, but can you try your best? Can you think of a SOCH?
If you watch Crime Fix, you know how many cases I cover that are about sex offenders and other criminals. Just look at this case. It's important that you know who you're dealing with when you meet new people. And truthfinder.com is a website that can help you with that. Truthfinder.com is one of the world's largest databases. You can search anyone and find out where they've lived, and it will even show you criminal records information and whether someone is a convicted sex offender. I have a family, so I use Truthfinder all of the time to look up the people that my son meets and that I meet, and I use it all of the time for work. It's very helpful. The information that you can find is actually pretty shocking. And if you search your address, it will show you sex offenders who live in your area. So right now, you can get 50% off of confidential background reports. Just log on to www.truthfinder.com/LCCrimeFix. Log on and start accessing information about almost anyone. Stallings gave him one of the same social security numbers that he had given earlier.
So that's one of the ones that you gave me earlier. Because here's the issues. I don't want to arrest you for the for stopping you without the rear reflector, because like I told you, I just stop people to let them know because I don't want it to be your fault when you get hit. But if I can't verify who you are and the info you did give me comes back to nobody, and in fact comes back to other people, that's the bigger issue. You know what I mean, buddy?
I understand that.
Yeah.
A little bit of time passes, and then the officer gets more information about Gregory Stallings.
The info that's now given comes back to a deceased person, so we've got a situation here.
Understood.
Ugh. All right, brother. Time to be honest with me, okay? So the info you give me comes back to a dead guy. Gregory Stallings is dead. And the SOS, yeah. Yeah. So who are you? You're Gregory, you're just not dead?
I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Could it just because I haven't been on anything for a long, long time?
They don't just declare people deceased because they haven't heard from them in a little bit.
Okay. I don't know.
Are we able to call and see if we can get some sort of info or a picture? I just don't really know how to proceed with this guy without taking him into custody.
Can I move my bike over there if you're going to come back to the same?
If I'm going to arrest you, we're still doing a couple of things because I'm trying not to arrest you.
Guess what? After all of this back and forth about Gregory Stallings and fake social security numbers and living in Florida, the shaggy man on the bike actually comes clean and gives his real name. It's George Hartleroad. Then he's caught.
I get it, bro. I mean, I get it. I see both of it, and I understand it.
Yo, none of us are mad at you. I'm just baffled that law enforcement has let you go for 30 years and not push the issue.
What's crazy is 1990, that means you've been on the run longer than 2 out of the 3 officers here on the street that have been alive.
1995, I was 1 year old.
94.
No, I'm saying, yeah, you were
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Where have you been of all your different places, man?
All over the place.
Where's been your favorite?
Iowa.
Iowa? I don't know. Why is that? Just curious.
I can make it.
Well, not Michigan, though. You get a dime. Yeah, you can, brother. Why not Michigan? You get a dime for that.
It's getting colder than fuck up
Yeah,
there.
true.
Hey buddy, can I get that knife out of your pocket since, and then you can do whatever you want with your,
Keep it.
I don't want it. It'll go with your stuff,
I'm
but
going to jail, I could. They're going to take it.
we don't know if Wisconsin wants it yet or not.
Yeah, they will.
82.
Wisconsin definitely wanted him back, and this must have been pretty stressful for George Hartleroad because he told the cops that he wanted to smoke, and they were actually willing to help him out with that.
Go get some. Can you go to the vape shop, buy me a pack for $4.52?
I am really inclined to do that because you were honest with us. So what kind do you want?
The Crown Menthol 100.
I'm not going to remember that. Crown Menthol 100.
Yeah, just keep it. Asking for the cheapest menthol they got. And a
I'll
book
bring it.
mattress too. I don't even have a light. Thank you.
That's old.
I do need a cigarette.
You have a light though?
No, that's why I said tell him to give me a book and mattress.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
Matches too.
Book and mattress.
He's way nicer than I am, buddy.
Well, most of the FBI guys I ever met, some of them are dicks, but some
Yeah.
of them are cool.
Yeah,
Well, you found the cool one.
yeah.
Okay.
Who is this other one that rolled up here?
It's ice.
No, it's Grove. Maybe this is Ice.
Maybe they don't want me no more.
Well, we're still,
I know.
yeah, we're still figuring it out.
Maybe they don't want me no more.
I'm here.
I like to know the information.
The officer who initially stopped George Hartleroad, remember that's his real name, then talks about charges that Hartleroad was convicted of back in Wisconsin.
Possession of a short-barreled rifle, false imprisonment, a bunch of stuff from, he's on the run since like 95. So he gave us a bunch of false. He gave us false information, and then gave us information of a dead guy, and then which tipped us off. And then the hard part is that I stopped them on a city code violation because city code says that during the day you have to have a rear reflector, but state code doesn't. So like I didn't want to. I wanted to figure out as much as I could here, and I didn't want to hook them on a city code because that makes a lot of issues. So, but then eventually VC showed up. VC said, "Hey man, tell us your real name." He just told him his real name.
It turns out that George Hartleroad walked away from a halfway house in Wisconsin in 1995. He was convicted of recklessly endangering safety, false imprisonment, and possession of a short-barreled shotgun, as the officer said. KCCI out of Iowa reported that Hartleroad was also a convicted rapist.
Wisconsin wants you, buddy.
I figured that. I told you. Just for leaving the state without permission.
Yeah. Well, for those charges, I'd assume, yeah.
Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing else. I have not committed a crime since 1982.
Now, the officers do remind him, they remind George Hartleroad that he actually did violate the law that day.
You committed one today.
Well, that's swap.
If I wanted to have a vendetta,
A crime.
if I wanted to have a vendetta, I could hit you for false information today. And what that'd make you do is they'd have to bring it back.
Nothing. I just told you that. See, there's a little gray area in the law. Yeah.
If you provide any info, even if you're not required to provide info, if you provide false info, that's a problem.
Okay. Well, what are they going to do? Give me a couple of years?
I'm not doing. That's exactly it. Yeah.
I'm saying, what's the worst they can do me?
That's fair. You know, you're not wrong. Everything you said.
You're already in deep.
Everything you.
If I was flashing, they're going to take me back. They're going to run me through the system. They're going to, oh, we got him again. Oh, we caught him.
You're not. Everything. No, everything you said today has been 100% correct. I can't be mad about any of it because you've been 100% correct.
And Hartleroad said once he gets back to Wisconsin, if he's set free, guess what? He's not staying put.
I will jump again as soon as they turn me loose.
Every time.
No, guys, they've been upping my ass for 30, 41 years now.
Yeah.
On a 9-year sentence. I knew they'd want me. Well, I worked in their office at one time, and I'm the one that posted all the flyers in the thing.
The officers then discuss what could happen to Hartleroad when he gets back to Wisconsin. They tell him he actually might get off pretty easy.
Are they still picking them up in the van and transporting them?
Well, it's different with every state. Iowa isn't as much big of a federal presence, so, but like, I don't know what they decide. What Wisconsin will have to figure out some with Department of Corrections to extradite you. So.
They'll put a warrant on me, I know that.
But like, so I mean, you'll be a county, and God knows what they'll do. I mean, they might just give you time. Who knows? I mean,
they ought to just cut me loose.
With all the COVID and everything, and like the sentencing stuff's gotten easier and easier.
Well, that's not happening. George Hartleroad was extradited to Wisconsin back on July 4th, and he's been in the Dane County Jail in Madison ever since. A Department of Corrections spokesperson tells me that the agency has actually served him with papers informing him that they plan to revoke his community supervision, which is parole. That means that George Hartleroad is likely going back to prison. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.